God, this is gonna be such a shitty documentary. Because of me, not because of you. You guys are doing a great job.
Wish I'd read the questions. I would have had a answer for this.
That's crazy.
The fuck-offs are also endearing, you know?
Study geography in the shower.
Oh, jeez. Fucking words, man. You don't have to like my music. I don't really care.
We snaw.
My name is Lewis Smith. I am the lead singer and guitar player in Kendall Street Company, and I do some of the songwriting and help out with the management, do all sorts of things related to Kendall Street Company. But I don't really know when I first got into music. Probably way back in the day when my parents were just playing music in the house, and they'd have these parties and play the Talking Heads, and all the kids would be hanging out in the neighborhood, and then we'd all be dancing to the Talking Heads, and that could be where I got into music. And
now keep it on me.
I've just always been interested in it, I think, and seeing people play. Yeah, I want to do that, you know? Yeah. Grew up in Virginia Beach. Parents always supportive, and we grew up right down the street from Kendall Street. And there's some woods in the backyard. And so I think that was a big influence on kind of my songwriting. Sort of around nature a lot. You could just kind of like walk into the woods, you know, whenever I felt like it. But yeah, it was good. It was a good childhood. My parents are, they're very supportive of my music career. My parents, I think, were a little taken aback by when I first told them that I wanted to be a musician. But I think that they're very supportive now, and that I wanted to major in music at UVA. I think they were a little kind of taken aback because I guess that wasn't the plan, but it ended up happening anyways. My dad actually taught me like my first song, Sympathy for the Devil, on the guitar, and that was a song that his roommate taught him in college, and so like that's the only thing he really knows on guitar. But my grandma is musically talented. She plays piano by ear. She's really quite excellent at it. It's kind of like inspiring to see her play. I don't know what my very first song was. I definitely don't play it anymore. I was probably really young. And actually I remember it. I don't remember what it was called, but it was very simple. I think it was about trying to get a girl to go on a date with me, but it was not a good song. I wish I could dig that up and show it to you. It was like, walking down the street, something. Nah, I'd butcher it.
This one was, this is an original, and it was actually first two different songs. The first one, it was an instrumental called Rain, and the second one is a song, and it's called Fall. So what I did was we just kind of threw them together because it sounded right, and it's called Rainfall now, I guess.
I'm inspired by a lot of different artists. obviously, I guess. I've listened to a lot of music, and I think growing up I was really into like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, kind of classic rock stuff. I think the Beatles are some of the best songwriters ever, and everybody says that, but like I can just dig into their stuff for hours and hours and hours and days and like just be like, holy crap, this is so good. It's way before their time. And then, you know, later in life I got into Dave Matthews a lot, and I got into Talking Heads a lot, and I loved the first Alt-J album, An Awesome Wave. That was a really kind of, well, the first time I heard that, was really like an inspiring thing for me.
To run away, but hold her down with socket clothes and breeze blocks. Citrusine, your fever, scrape me again, never kisses, your eyes and our full stops. La, 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 la. Do you know where the wild things go? They go along and take your honey. La, 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 la. We've had a scene, build our breakfast, and let's eat my love, my love. Love, love, la, 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 la. My soul to muzzle and toe to toe. The fear is grim, but here I go.
I wasn't planning on being a musician in high school, and I went to UVA because it was a great school, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But I went in majoring in architecture, and I was an architect for 2 years, or for a year. And then I was like, I don't really want to do this, and so then I became a physicist. I majored in physics for a year, and I was like, I don't really want to do this. I really liked physics. I like theoretical, like the theory of physics, the math. It was just a little daunting, and at that time, the band was really starting to pick up a lot at UVA, and kind of we just started playing in a lot of places, and time commitment was getting a little wild. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna major in music because I think I can manage the time, and the professors are pretty chill about, I gotta go have a gig or whatever, and chill about the whole commitment of the thing. The first band member that became a band member was Andrew Drehoff. He played sax, and I was actually in the high school symphonic band, concert band, and I played the alto sax, and Andrew played the tenor sax. And I had started to play gigs in Virginia Beach at that time during high school, kind of solo gigs. I'd play at this place called Bayside Bar every Thursday night, and I played at this place called Abbey Road Pub, and some other spots in Virginia Beach. And Andrew and I asked him, first I saw him play jazz with the jazz band, and I was like, that kid's good. And he's got a good ear and a good sense of kind of what to play and when to play, and a good feel. And so I asked him to come join me for some gigs, and we had some rehearsals. I think there's actually video of that.
Maybe different, but remember when turns where you and I were kissing the whiskey by the fire with the snow outside. When summer comes and the river sings at midnight, the shiver cold. I touch the bottom, you and I.
We played in Virginia Beach for a year, and then it kind of just so happened that we were going to be going to UVA together, and we weren't even playing this at all, and we decided to room together. So that's Andrew's, that's how I met him and how he started playing in the band. And then I guess around the end of my first year at UVA, I did this thing I tried out for this thing called O Records, which was a student-run record company. And I met Brian there, Brian Roy, who plays bass in the band. I guess I really didn't even meet him. I just kind of saw him because he was one of the people who was adjudicating the tryout, or what have you. And Brian and I met up in the basement of old Cabell Hall and played through a few songs, and then I was like, okay, well, you're really good, so let's play a gig. And then he came and played at Dirty Nelly's with us. And then so now it's me and Andrew and Brian. And then Ryan, I guess I had met through, he was playing in the marching band, and Andrew was also in the marching band. And then we ended up meeting Ryan, and Ryan plays drums, and we got together, and I kind of did the same thing. I went to Ryan's house, and he was playing some hand drums, and then we played a gig at Miller's together, and so that was like the first time that Kendall Street Company, the first lineup of musicians, I guess. I mean, that's the first fraternity we played at was Phi Psi. We played out on the porch for like a field day, and then we played at the lacrosse house a few times, and that kind of, when we started just playing everywhere. We got Ben Laderberg, who is from Virginia Beach. He got added before we released our first album, Earth Turns. And then Price had been playing with us for a while. And I met him through Bucky Henry, who also played percussion with us for a while. And Bucky went and took a job in San Francisco after he graduated, and Price went and took a job in Boston after he graduated. And now we've got this guy, Andrew King, on the keys, who Price selected, and we've got, and Andrew went to grad school after he graduated, and so he went to VCU for physical therapy, and we got this guy, Jake Vanneman, who I found on Craigslist. He was coming to UVA, and we were looking for saxophone players or whatever, because we just lost Andrew, and so that's the lineup now is me, Brian, and Ryan, and these are the original guys, and then Ben, who was added a little bit later, but also an original guy, and then Andrew King and Jake Vanneman. Kendall Street Company represents like a good place and good people, and being in a good place with good people. And Kendall Street was this street leading down to the beach on the Chesapeake Bay that I kind of grew up at, and we'd go and watch fireworks with the family, and it became like just this place where like friends would all meet up, and Andrew was there, and we'd have bonfires and go out on the sailboat, and that's where the sailboat logo comes from. So that's Kendall Street, and then the company is the people, and just being around a good influence and fun people, and relaxing and enjoying time with people who you care about. There's a few like turning point performances, I think. One was probably like the first time I played live in front of people, which was a neighbor's birthday party. I think he was 45, something around there. But I played and for an audience, and so that was kind of like the first time that happened, and so I wanted to do that more, and that was really fun. And then, fast forward a whole long time, I think we played at, the band, Kendall Street Company, played at this thing called the Pica Bull Party. I think it was in 2015 or 14. And that was like, we started at like 10, and then we played till like 3 or 4 in the morning. and that was just a happening gig, and that was also kind of a turning point. That was like, whoa, like this is something real that we're doing together, and we're getting good, people are responding well to it. And then Lock-In was totally crazy. That's, you know, fast forward another 3 years or something. Playing at Lock-In, just playing a set in front of, like, I don't even know how many people were there. I think it was something like 13,000. And it's these giant screens that we were on, which is like totally wild. We did this thing called Rockin' to Lock-In, and it was over a course of like many months, maybe 5 months or something. We did 3 different shows where we got people to, you know, we put things out on Facebook and put the word out, got our friends to come out and our fans and supporters, and I guess it was 3 rounds. One was like an online thing where you had to get votes online. People could vote once a day for 30 days. So you can imagine that was kind of a stressful, like, trying to get people to do that over and over. We had a lot of great support on that, which is, you know, it's like getting people to do something for you every single day is difficult, and you know, thankful that that was able to happen. And then the next thing was getting people to come out to a show in Charlottesville and getting votes there. And then there was a show at the Lock-In site at Infinity Downs, and we had to get people to come out to that and vote too. And so after doing all of that, I think the top 4 got to go play at Lock-In, and we got a really killer set, and which was like really awesome. We were the first band to play, which was really cool. And so it was like an evening set, and the sun was setting, and yeah. So the hardest part of writing a song, I don't really know. I guess it's when you get stuck and you just are like, I can't do this anymore, I suck, you know? But you always kind of work through that, I think, or at least I have in the past, and you know, maybe there'll be one day where I'm just like, you know, total, like, you know, what is it, writer's block?
Oh yeah, Wednesday's a good day to walk around the house. I got a guitar in my hand. It's gonna be a day, Wednesday. How's that? Do you think that could be a song?
So I guess that's kind of the hardest part of songwriting, and just like trying to do things that are new, which is, I don't know, kind of impossible in a way, and shouldn't even try to do it. But that's like, if you're trying to do something new, it's hard to, that's a challenge in and of itself. But I often just find myself like dilly-dallying in the realm of this is cool, and not sort of like that unconscious creativity, like not trying to make it anything, just letting it splatter out on the paper, you know. So
It's a work in progress, rough draft, if you will.
I sure do love plants. Sometimes I think that we're talking about it, I think it's kinda cool. I sure do love plants. Sometimes I think that we're talking about it, I think it's kinda cool.
Nowadays I'm just playing with the band. We're touring, I'm managing the band and booking on like a daily. That's kind of what I get up and write emails and do all that stuff and do some promoting, and I work at a recording studio once a week in town, and I'm doing editing and things there and kind of just living life.
I don't do much on Wednesdays. I like to just relax on Wednesdays and watch the squirrels. It's nice. They're pretty active on Wednesdays, I'd say, more so than other days of the week.
Just writing a lot of songs, the band's working on a lot of stuff. We're about to go on a band retreat to Sandbridge and do some writing and hopefully have another record or an EP or something coming out in the near future, get back in the studio, just kind of do that over and over again until eventually, you know, we're playing at big festivals and things. That's actually a goal, is to start like get into the festival scene, and cause I think that'd be a great time. I don't know. I don't really like to think about the future that much. It's daunting. But goals, I guess, are, you know, keep playing and play at bigger places and play in new places and reach an audience. I guess these are band goals, related band-related goals. But to be, you know, and to continue being successful with music and to keep writing, and, you know, it's kind of the same goal as it was when I started. It's just, you know, play and reach people and make a living. That's a, you know, that's a big thing. That's important and difficult. I mean, there's a lot of facets. You know, there's the performance and like being out there and performing, but there are jobs writing and recording and producing and, you know, composing music for television or for movies and whatnot. You know, life on the road is hard. Like going out and performing, it's late nights and it's weekends, and but no, I don't think I'd give up pursuing music as a profession in the holistic sense of just music, you know, maybe not performing on, you know, late nights, but, you know, and do other things with it. I don't want to tell people what to feel, or think, but you know, check out the music. It's on the internet, and come see a live show if you want. That's my whole thing. I don't really want to get involved in anybody's life. I just, you know, it's there. You know, if you're looking for it, if you're looking for some tunes to listen to, I'd recommend in a car, and listen to the whole albums. That's a big thing for me. I really like the entire album. I really like the craft of songwriting, and I take a lot of pride in where things go and how far things are spaced out. We're thankful for the constant support that we've been getting. It's kind of overwhelming sometimes. Yeah, it's nice. I appreciate it a lot. We appreciate it. The band appreciates it, I know. But we wouldn't be out here doing it if it weren't for you all.
One more.
No, you probably got it. Smith! Alright, that's it. I'm done with this shit.
Space for days,